Yes. Once again, welcome to all the participants for a new lecture after a very wonderful talk by Dr. Kailash. I was fortunate enough to listen to him many times in past, and again, even then, I enjoyed his talk today also. I joined little late, but still I could manage what he was saying and what he was to say. Thank you, Kailash. Now we begin with our topic, checking methods. Somebody was asking in the last talk about how to check the answers, and that was a topic today given to me. And this topic again has a very deep traditional roots. We will be taking an account of that before we go to actual checking methods in details. Let us begin with the historical idea. And we observe that 20th century Indian scholar, second Aryabhatta, as we have seen yesterday, there were two Aryabhattas, first and second. Today we are talking about the second one. 950 AD, he has written a book called Mahasiddhanta. Stated the methods of checking the results of arithmetic operations like multiplication, division, square root, and cube root by casting out nines, as Kailash was mentioning. The first mathematician in the Indian history to give the rules for checking the methods by casting of nines is Aryabhatta II. No doubt that many before him probably knows the method, but they were not included actually in the text. Aryabhatta, in Mahasiddhanta, we observe that the rules are included in the text in the last chapter, and the verse 67 to 70, 4 verses are there, which clearly gives how to check the answers of arithmetical operations by casting out nines. So there is no word like Bijanka there. Bijanka is fairly new terminology, and possibly it is the translation of the word digital root. So it becomes Bijanka. But without using the word Bijanka, he has given the methods. Surprisingly, these methods include not only addition, subtraction, multiplication, but division, squares, cube, and not only that, square root and cube root. And for square root and cube root, I was surprised to see when I studied them that he has discussed the methods for non-perfect square numbers and non-perfect cube numbers also. And that is the beauty of that Aryabhatta's rule, which we are going to study one by one today. And of course, that covers the Bijanka, Ekadashanka, what Kailash was mentioning, by taking remainder 11, etc. Early Arab writers describe similar method or similar rules by calling them Hindu methods. So they owe these methods to India. And French scholar Maxime Plaudus also second these views. They also know that the rules originated from India. I'm only saying because of that, even Western scholars also admit that such not only the operations were at first discussed by the Indians, but the checking methods were there, which were discussed by Indians. Later, in 1356 AD book, Ganita Kaumudi by Narayan Pandit, this mathematician, this scholar moved one step forward. Instead of casting out 9 or 11, as we are talking of, he gives a method of checking the operations, particularly of multiplication, and that can be extended to division and square, cube, etc., by casting any number, any desired number, not necessarily 9, not necessarily 11. And this happens 150 years earlier than Luca Pisoli in Arithmetica. In Western history, such methods of checking the operations by casting any of the number, whichever number you like, are first appear in arithmetic of 1494, but there is a difference between Narayan Pandit and Luca Pisoni. So before we go to exact what are the methods and what are the rules, we must know the historical background of the problem in hand so that we will be able to read them in a correct perspective. As I said, these rules are now famous or today famous by the name Bijanka or digital root methods. Let us move to the plan, what we are going to do today, what we are going to achieve today. And I hope that I will be able to complete it within the prescribed time. The first is we begin with the definition and we also state some properties of Bijanka. I will be using the Bijanka word throughout because it is easy to understand. Those properties are useful when we apply this technique of Bijanka for checking operations. We will be studying those properties in details first. Once we have a complete control over the definition and application of the properties of Bijanka, any checking method or any problem for a checking method looks very simple. Then we study the methods of checking. The third is we will also note the limitations of Bijanka method. There are some limitations and most of you might be knowing those limitations. And then we will suggest an alternative method, which is Ekadashanka method or division by 11. There are also limitations with Ekadashanka method. Means the 50% limitations which occur due to Bijanka are overcome by Ekadashanka. But still, there is always a difficulty in checking the answers when we apply the Ekadashanka method or remainder by 11. Then we study Narayana method. And the very interesting fact that Narayana method has no limitations. You can check any type of it without any difficulty, without any fault, without any limitation. You can check operations even like not necessarily start from multiplication, which can check addition, subtraction, and all other 6 remaining. So let us move further. Aryabhatta wrote this verse. As I said yesterday, we will not go into the details of the verse, but one word where I want to focus your attention is Swanka Yogakaha Karyaha. Swa Anka Yogakaha Karyaha. Karya means what you need to do is Swa Anka Yogaha. Given number, you add the digits or Swa Anka Yogaha. That's exactly what we do in the Bijanka. And then he explained what is the test for multiplication. We will be coming to second line little later on. And when this is Swa Anka Yoga is to be done, Gunya, Gunaka, Gunana, Bhuam. Gunya is multiplicand, Gunaka is multiplier, Gunana is the product. So when we want to check this, we should add digits. Let us go for the definition straight away. If x is any n-digit number, say an minus 1, an minus 2, up to a3, a2, a1, then Bijanka of n, here we will be denoting it by a popular notation b of n. So that b of n stands for Bijanka of n, is the sum of the digits from an plus an minus 1 plus an minus 2 plus an minus 3, that will go up to a3 plus a2 plus s equal to plus a1. All n digits are to be added. Let us note that answer is say S1 of all the digits. It may not be every time that the answer will be a single digit. So what is suggested that this process is to be repeated. So for S1, we repeat the same process, add the digits of S1. For S2, we repeat the same process to get S3. And we continue this till for some value of K, some Bijanka of Sk turns out to be a single digit number M, say. And when we arrived at M, no more addition is possible even that way. No, not necessary to add one digit, it will give the same answer. And that M, which is obtained by repeated addition of the digits till we get single digit is known as the Bijanka of X. So it is not difficult. We have applied it many times. Just I am putting it the modern language, you can say that way, so that the idea or the concept becomes clear. Let us have 2-3 illustrations. B of 5 is 5. Nothing to add. So single digit will give Bijanka same 5. 35, 3 plus 5, 8. Bijanka 35, 8. 98 is 9 plus 8, 17. Again, 17 is not a single digit number. So we add digits of 17, 1 plus 7 to get the answer 8. Then 364 is first when added the digits. 3 plus 6 plus 4 gives 13. 1 plus 3 gives 4. So answer is 4. I'm sure you are writing. It is better you write these examples so that the concept will be clear, even if you know many things out of it. Then B of 41830. Addition of the digits is 16. Then again 7, 1 plus 6 and 7. I will skip the, I will go a little fast when the digits are to be added. I will concentrate on the answer itself so that we can check and go fast little more. Now there are some properties of this Bijanka. Repeated addition is okay, but there are some properties which facilitates this repeated addition. We can add fast and quick also and without mistake. The first is Bijanka of n plus 9, any digit plus 9, and maybe any digit n digit number. The Bijanka remains the same. Means Bijanka of 3 is 3. Bijanka of 3 plus 9, 12. 12. Bijanka of 12 is 3 again. So whenever we observe that there is 9 added to number, we will just ignore that 9 and find the Bijanka. Same case is 99. Same case is 999. Because every time 99 added, I will get 18. 18 means again 9. For 3 nines, I will get 27. Again, sum is 9. So whenever a situation is there, 9s are added, or 99 or 999, anything added to a number, Bijanka remains the same. We ignore 9 or 9s or digits summing to 9. This is again an important part. Similar to ignoring the 9, we can ignore the digits of the numbers which sum up to 9. For example, 563. Usually we will do 5 plus 6 plus 3, no doubt. But here 6 plus 3 is 9. Just a minor observation to 563 tells me that 6 plus 3 equal to 9. And I ignore that 9 because 5 plus 9 is going to 5. And straight away, I will jump to B of 5 equal to 5. So this ignoring some 9 from the sum of the digits facilitates the calculation of the Bijanka little more correctly, little more fast even. Same 41831. Out of that, I ignore 1 plus 8, 9 part. I get 431. And then the Bijanka is B of 8 equal to 8. The second part of the property. First was to ignore 9 when added, or ignore 9s, 999, etc. The second property. When, of course, it is known to us, it is just a question of writing it for the sake of writing. When n is in between 1 and 9, single digit, Bijanka will be n. Same, B of 7 will be 7, that way. Then, if n is a positive integer or natural number, you can say that way, then Bijanka is also positive, only single digit number. But if n is a negative number, say minus 36 or minus 115, then after adding the digit, we will get a negative number. Addition remains the same, process remains the same, add the digits. It will be minus 3 plus minus 5 or minus 35. But the answer of that Bijanka is to be written in the positive form always. It is always a whole number other than 0. So the answer we will write when n is less than 0, Bijanka will be minus m plus 9. Whatever answer we get, If it is negative number, we add 9 and write an answer. This facilitates many calculations in future. We will experience that. For example, again, as I said 35, it is -8, but I will not say -8 is the Bijanka. I will add 9 to say that Bijanka minus 35 is 1. We used to write in Vedic mathematics some vinculum number form. Of course, many of you might not be knowing it, but those who know this vinculum number, 1 and bar 5, same procedure is there, 1 minus 5, and the Bijanka is -4 plus 9. I know that the students who are studying Vedic mathematics through this course for the first time are not familiar with the concept of vinculum number, but in near future, they will know this. I've just mentioned that for the vinculum numbers also, Bijanka property works similar to decimal system number. Now the third part, Bijanka of sum of numbers. It is always felt that when I want to calculate the Bijanka of two numbers or addition of two numbers or three numbers, I have to add first and then find the Bijanka. Not necessary. So what it goes like this. B of n1 plus n2 plus n3, n numbers, say many numbers can be taken. It will be simply Bijanka of individual Bijanka of each number. That is B of n1, we will calculate, plus B of n2 plus B of n3 and so on. And if that sum is again greater than a single digit number, we will find the Bijanka of it. That procedure of repeated digit till we get the single digit continues everywhere. So we need not find plus n1 plus n2 plus n3, that total sum first and then Bijanka, not necessary. We can find B of n minus B of n plus 1, B of n plus 2, B of n plus 3 directly. For example, 23 plus 48. I will not calculate what is exact value of 23 plus 28, but I will calculate B23 5, B48 3, then B of 5 plus 3 8, and my answer for Bijanka is 8 for B23 plus 48. I need not calculate. Even if you calculate, you are going to get 8, no doubt. But there are two numbers, so we can do that. But if there are 4, 5, 6 numbers and addition, subtraction, mix, then we will not waste our time in getting the answer when Bijanka is necessary. Of course, when answer is necessary, we have to do that. And we have the fastest method available in Vedic mathematics. We will be learning those methods later on. So, second example, 781 plus 46 plus 2134. We want the Bijanka of this addition. We will find B781, B46 plus B2134. This is like an operator, not actually it is an operator, but it can be distributed as we call a distributive property of B over addition. You can say in loose language, it is not an operator in that sense, but still we can write that way. And B of 781, again 81, we will ignore 7, 4, 6 means 10, 10 means 1, 2, 1, 3, 4 will give me 1 because 4, 3, 2 are ignored. And finally, I get the answer of Bijanka of that addition on the left side equal to 9. This is very useful when we check the answers for the addition or answers for sums of the products, etc., etc. In compound multiplication, we will be using this technique to check the answers. Let us load down some exercise for you, and I wish you will complete that exercise and submit it. I was directed that I must give some exercise to you for practice. So just try the example and try them at home. 78 plus 39 plus 512. Second, find B of 3251 plus 87 plus 137. The third one, three four six five two zero plus 98325. Find the Bijanka of this addition. Don't worry about the bigger number. You need to ignore the 9s add them. You need not add those 5-digit number, just add the Bijankas to get the final answer for Bijanka. And answers are also there. You can just check whether I am correct or not. If you found that the answers given by me are not correct, believe to your answers. Check it once again and believe to your answers. So from this exercise 1, we move to second part. Bijank of difference of number. Same technique again, same idea. B of n1 minus n2 is Bijank of B of n1 minus B of n2. Whatever we have done in case of addition, we will repeat for subtraction. But there are 3 possible answers because of the minus sign. That minus or that difference, B of n minus 1 minus B of n minus 2, may be positive. When it is positive single digit, answer will be K, no doubt. But it is negative. Say if it, Bijanka, I get a situation 5 minus 7, B of 5 minus 7, that way. Then I will add 9 to get the positive value for Bijanka. So when K is less than 0, I have just formulated in the known language. We know all this language. So I have done that way. Instead of saying in air that add 9, I have just written like this. And of course, difference may be 0 when Bijanka of both n1 and n2 is same. In that case, don't accept 0 as the answer. Again, add 9. Or whenever or in anywhere, in any type of the situation, if we get, there are very few situations, of course, but if we get answer 0, we will accept the answer as 9 and proceed further. The only advantage of accepting 9, as we say, is 9 can be ignored. Just have illustrations now. First one, I have given you the whole screen so that you can read them at your speed. 431 minus 185. We start with B431, 8. B185, 8 plus 1, 9, ignored 5. B of 8 minus B of 5, 8 minus 5, 3. So final answer of the first illustration is 3. Second one, B of 6352 minus 213 minus 3281. Again, we first find individual Bijankas. I'm not saying, you must be noted, I'm not saying digital root because Bijanka is our word. B6352, 63, ignored 7, 2 plus 1 plus 3, 6, 81 ignored, I get 5. Sign between them is minus. So 7 minus 6 minus 5 gives me minus 4. Added 9 with 5. Answer of the problem, Bijanka of that second example, 5. If it is a case of plus and minus both, same trick applies. 2575 plus 782 minus 6251. Bijanka of each one. Again 72 I will ignore. 7512. 1 plus 8 minus 5. You can check that. And then it turns out to be 4. If any mistake, you can check that later on. I hope you understood how to calculate the Bijanka of plus and minus whenever addition and subtraction, and even both simultaneously. Don't forget to ignore 9. Don't forget to ignore the digits summing to 9. If answer is negative number, don't forget to add 9. If it is 0, answer is 9. These are the 4-5 things we will remember to calculate the Bijanka of additions or subtractions. Now we move to next. Again, I have an exercise for you. 3 examples. Just note them and submit them with methods, not by calculator. With methods, I'm expecting that you will write all the steps in between them before you submit it. I will wait for a minute. Yes, I hope you have written it. Even if not, you will be getting all these PPTs. So you can check the answers and submit them. Yes, there is one more problem. 3217 minus 1834 plus 624. Answers are given, and I'm sure you don't need them. Now Bijanka of the products. Same idea. It is distributive, that B operator, not exactly operator as I'm saying repeatedly, but that B gets distributed over multiplication also. So B of N1 into N2 is the Bijanka of product of the individual Bijanka, Bn1 multiplied by Bn2. And same idea again, it will be B of K. Say, if K is 0, answer will be positive K. If it is negative K, it may happen N1 or N2 is negative number, and we may get answer for it negative K, K less than 0. Then we will add 9. Illustrations. But before we go to examples, let me tell you one very important thing. This is again a very useful thing. Similar to when 9 is added or when digit sums to 9, Bijanka remains the same. Same is case with the product. And maybe any digit number. And if the product is 9, or for that matter 9999, anything, all 9s of course, then we need not calculate even the Bijanka. We will just write that the Bijanka of the product is not n, it is always 9. I repeat what I am saying. If 9 multiplied by any digit number, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever digit you select. But if that digit is multiplied by 9, then its Bijanka will be always 9. Just observe that there is either a multiplier or multiplicand is 9 and write the answer 9. You have to do nothing for that. Same case, 9 into 48. I've done it for you just for sake of the explanation. 9, B of 9 is 9, B of 48 is 3. 9 into 3 becomes again 27, and 27 turns out to be 9. Of course, you need not go through all that steps. Once we observe that product is 9, one term of the product is 9, its Bijanka will be 9 always. Same case with 999, 2537. Just write 9, you are right always. Don't worry. Again, the same idea as addition. If it is 81 into 356, observe that 81 gives the sum 9. So finally, when I calculate B of 81, I'm going to get 9 into 356 or 9 into B 356 at the most. But there is 9, so answer will be 9. While when we use Bijanka, observation makes lots of difference. A minute observation to the problem. The sutra is there in Vedic mathematics, Vilokanam. Vilokanam means what? By observations, you can judge many things. There is a special sutra in Vedic mathematics called Vilokanam. That is very helpful, particularly in this chapter. 1 or 3 illustrations. 32 into 67. We want to find Bijanka. We will write the steps as it is B of 32 multiplied by B of 67. Individual Bijankas 32 5, 67 4, 20 product, and B of 20 is 2. Same for 312 multiplied by 48 multiplied by 73 multiplied by 607. Individual Bijankas are respectively 6, for 48 3, for 73 7 plus 3 10, so 1. 607 gives me 13 and 4. The product of all not necessary to calculate, only because 6 into 3, 18. 18 will give me 9. Answer is 9. Again, I said observation. Of course, practice will give you the control over the situation. Then the third one, 2035 multiplied by 184. 10 is the digit sum, 1 Bijanka. About 184, 9 ignored, 1 plus 8, 4. Final answer 4. I have not yet touched any checking method. We are just studying how to evaluate Bijanka in different situations. And then with the control over all these situations, we can apply the technique. That is a very easy one. And you have learned it little bit in the previous session. Again, an exercise for you. Just note it. The difference between the first two and the third is one product minus 763. Please note that. That will definitely give minus Bijanka, minus value for Bijanka. Whole product will be minus. Whatever the product of Bijanka will be there. And we need to add 9 finally. I hope you are done with it, at least writing. You can check calculations later on. 920 plus 360 into 54321. Now, Bijanka of sums of products. Bijanka of sums of products. So first product are taken and then sum is made. So it is a situation of the type N1 into N2 plus N3 into N4. I have taken selected 4 that can be extended for many. And then Bijanka. Again, that B distributes first over addition, then over product. So B of N1 plus N1 into N2 plus B of N3 into N4. That is distribution of B over addition. And now individually, it will get distributed over product. B of N1 multiplied by B of N2 plus B of N3 plus B of N4. It is just like a multiplier. It is distributing over the addition. I hope you understand it, how to find Bijanka of sum of products. For that, Gunita Samuchayaha is the sutra that is used in many contests also. Something is wrong with somebody has done. My slides are not working. Okay, I will stop sharing and once again join it. Don't worry. I don't know what is the problem. Hope now I will get the correct. Yes, now right. Bijanka of sum of products. I have solved 2 examples for you. B of 25 into 431 plus 458 into 185. As I said, distribute the B over sum first. So it will be B of 7 into 8 plus B of 8 into 5. 7 is Bijanka of 25. 8 is Bijanka for 431. 458 is Bijanka for 458. And for 185, it is 5. Just write the Bijankas in place of number, keeping all the operations involved in it as they are. You don't change it. Whenever it is a plus, if it is multiplication, write multiplication. When it is plus, write plus, that way. But write the Bijanka instead of numbers and go on further step. B of 56, 2, B of 44. There is a plus sign in between them, so 2 plus 4. Final answer 6. Fortunately, here it is 1 digit. If that addition is 2 digit, we would have continued further. Same case for the second example on the right side. B of 8 into 47 into 352 minus B of 301 into 95. It is the problem actually B of that subtraction. I have just written the second step, you can say. For 8, Bijanka 2. Bijanka is 8, sorry. For 47, it is 2. For 352, it is 1. So I will write B of 8 into 2 into 1. Then a minus sign. Then for 301, 3. For 95, ignoring 95. Finally, 8 into 2 into 1 gives me 16. Bijanka of that 16 is 7. 3 into 5 is 15. Bijanka is 6. So I get B of 7 minus 6. You can add one more step if necessary, but by observations, many times we can do it little fast. If necessary, you can write all the steps of the calculations. Final answer is 1. So the same Bijanka can be calculated for sums or difference of the product. One left-hand problem is a sum, right-hand problem is a difference. And of course, procedure remains the same. Now Bijanka of product of the sums. Slightly different situation. First sums are taken and all the sums are then multiplied by. So a situation is B of n1 plus n2 multiplied by n3 plus n4. It is samuchaya gunitaha. n1 plus n2 plus multiplied by n3 plus n4. Idea remains the same. We distribute B over right hand side. First we calculate Bijanka of n1 plus n2. Then we calculate Bijanka of n3 plus n4. Multiply two Bijankas. And then finally find the Bijanka of the product. That is how that illustration is there. B of 62 plus 67, first sum, multiplied by second sum is 371 plus 5421. You can jump to third step straight away. Bijanka of 62, 8. For 67, it is 4. So 8 plus 4. Given operations need not be disturbed. You should not disturb. If you disturb those operations, then of course answer will be wrong. Multiplied by 371, Bijanka 2. 5421, Bijanka 3. Again, it will be B of 2 plus 3. Finally, 12 into 5 equal to 60 and 6. That is one easy way. Or you can say that B of 12 is 3. B of 5 is 5. So that becomes 15. And then Bijanka of 15 is 6. Any one way. Again, an observation of the situation. That's how we can deal with Bijanka of product of the sums. I have an exercise for you again. Practice it properly so that you will get a full control over the calculations. First 2, 3. Yes, I hope there are 3 only. Oh, yes, only 3. Write them, please. Allow me to move further. Now we will start actually the checking methods. With this whole background of calculation of Bijanka in different situations, we come to checking the sums and difference, and not at all difficult. Check whether 389 plus 2641 minus 523 is equal to 2507 or not. What is said is that if the Bijanka of the left-hand side term is equal to Bijanka of the right-hand side, answer is correct. That is how we check them. So we calculate Bijanka of 389, 2641 minus 523 by writing the respective Bijankas 2, 4 and minus 1. That gives 5. And Bijanka for 2507 is 5. Seven and 2 can be ignored, so answer is 5 in this case also, and answer is correct. I will be giving limitations of the method in the end, so please go on with what I am saying. Check whether the second example 19375 minus 2895 is equal to 16680. For the left hand side, we have 6 minus 6 because both are the Bijanka 6 and 0. As I said, B of 0 we will accept 9 always. And then the Bijanka for right side 16680. Again 8 plus 1, 9 ignored, 6 plus 6, 12 and 3 answer. But left hand side has 9 Bijanka, right hand side has 3. So answer is incorrect. Usually, Bijanka methods are used for multiplication in most of the cases. But what is multiplication? Is repeated addition. So that can be used for addition, subtraction. What is square? Is repeated multiplication. What is cube? 3 times a number. So that can be extended for same idea, can be extended for squares and cubes also, as similar to sum and differences. Now for the product, that first verse again. There, Swanka Yoga Kaha Karyaha, we have seen many times. Then he is saying that if the Bijanka of the products given is equal to the Bijanka of the answer, then multiplication is correct. That is what we have done in the previous example. I have given the example first and then the verse. As I said, Sputam Gudanam means the answer is correct. At least that much I must say how it is correct. Sputam Gudanam, Sputam means answer is correct. Multiplication is correct, to be very precise. Two examples again. Check whether answer is correct or not. 27 into 174. Whatever method you use, you can apply Urdhva-Tiryak, you can apply Nichilam method, you can apply your standard method known to you. No restriction on the method for the products, at least today. But once you learn the methods correctly, you should apply, and I will recommend that you should apply Vedic maths method. It may be Nichilam, it may be Urdhva-Tiryak, just you have studied to check the answer. And sometimes even not necessary to check because the method gives the correct answer. And that too very quickly. Still, Bijanka of left hand side for the first 27 into 174 turns out to be 9 into 3, so 9. And Bijanka for right hand side 4698, again 9 ignored. Again 9. 4 plus 6 plus 8, 18, so 9. Answer is correct. For the second problem, it is a situation of sum of the products instead of one product. We have learned how to calculate Bijanka of such situation. So we will write 455 Bijanka 5, 26, 8 plus 281, 81 ignored 2. Bijanka of 9761, 9 ignored 5. 5 into 8 plus 2 into 5. Bijanka is 5. That is 40 plus 20, Yes, 40 plus 10. So it is 50, 50 means 10, 50 means 5. And Bijanka on the right side now, 2, 7 ignored, 5, 4 ignored, 6, 7, 1, answer is 5. So final answer which is given is correct for the sums of the products even. Now we move to checking the answer for division. We consider a m divided by n situation. M is dividend, n is divisor. If assume that the quotient turns out to be q and remainder r, then division algorithm tells me that m is equal to n into q plus r. So problem of checking the division by division algorithm rule, dividend is equal to quotient multiplied by divisor plus remainder situation. We will check the answer for P of m equal to B of n into q, because it is a product of n and q, plus br. And now we have just seen how to calculate product of sums, etc. simultaneously. So there will be no difficulty in checking the division also. B of n plus q plus B of r can be safely calculated anytime in given situation. Here I will accept the answers directly. Methods of division by Vedic method we will be learning in coming days. So let me allow to accept the answer for quotient and remainder, because my topic is not the methods of division, but the checking the answers. So 321 by 7 and quotient given 45, remainder 6. This is a given data given to us, and we need to check them whether it is correct. For checking, I will put them as, say 321 is equal to 7 into 45 plus 6. Divisional algorithm is to be followed. Whether it is correct or not will be decided in the end. Here B321 is 6, and we calculate the Bijanka of 7 into 45 plus 6 simultaneously. Again 45 gives me 9, so 9 into 7 means Bijanka 9. No need to calculate product, etc. B of 6 is 6. 9 plus 6 is always 6. 9 is added. So both way, left hand side Bijanka 6, right hand side Bijanka 6. Answer is correct. You can say that I have selected a problem where the Bijankas are same, just to give you the feel how the test works. Then 53814 divided by 42. Given quotients are 1281 and remainder 12. You can select any and take any quotient and any remainder and check the answers for that matter. Not necessary. So B, I will write first 53841 is equal to 42 multiplied by the quotient 1281 plus remainder 12. And then left hand side, right hand side Bijanka are to be evaluated by the methods discussed earlier. 41 gives me 5. 1281, 819 ignored 3. So 5 plus 3, 8. 8 plus 3, 11. 11 gives me 2. And Bijanka of 52814, again 5481 ignored, gives me 2. So answer is correct. If I change the quotient and remainder, you can try that way even. Instead of selecting 1281 and remainder 12, keep the quotient say same 1281 and take remainder 45 say, and see what happens to the left hand side of the Bijanka. You will note that the Bijanka is different. It is a unique one. Now we come to a very interesting situation, and that is not dealt with many times. Checking the answer for square root. Here enters Aryabhata's genius, I can say. Long way back in 950 AD, 1600 years back, roughly 1500 years, he has given a rule for checking the square root. So let us assume that square root of n is m, and n is a perfect square number. First we check the answer for perfect square number. And second case is when n is not a perfect square number. And when we calculate square root of a non-perfect square number, there is always a remainder, similar to when the number is not divisible by a given divisor. There is a remainder. Same happens when we apply any method, which it may be Aryabhata's method, it may be Bhaskara's, it may be Vedic maths method, it may be the method current available in, or it may be even calculator. Of course, calculator will give answer in decimal, not the remainder and quotient separately. At least it will give a nearest root for that matter, where m is the nearest, m will be nearest root. And something is to be added to get n in m square. That's why it is called a remainder. So 2 cases, perfect square. First one, find Bijank of n, not root n. Bijank of n. Then find Bijank of m, and then find Bijank of r. If r is not there, when it is perfect square, r will be 0. We need not calculate that Bijank of r. Only choose values sufficient, b of n and b of m. And then we check whether Bijank of n is equal to Bijank of m square, not m. Because it is a problem of square root, I must take the square of the answer, square of the root, and then add to that Bijank of r. If left hand side and right hand side is correct, b of n is equal to b of m square plus b of r. Then Aryabhata declares in the third verse, yes, third in the sense verse numbers are 67 to 70, so it will be 69th verse. In that verse number 69, he says that if this happens, b of n is equal to b of m square plus b of r. Of course, his language is in Sanskrit and verse form. He will not be giving the answer in b of n. This is our modern language, you can say. The answer is correct. Let us try 2 or 3 examples. Check whether square root 1156 is equal to 34 or not. And those who know Vedic mathematics, they will say without even checking, answer is correct. I know, but let us have a root which we have studied today. B of 1156, 4. It is 13 sum, so 4 answer. Or even you can say like this, 1 plus 1 plus 5, 7 plus 6, or 6 plus 5, 11. 11 means 2, and 2 plus 2, 4. That way also, there are many ways to tackle that situation. B of 34, 7. Now I will calculate B of 34 square. Again, I will not find 34 square. What is B of 34 square is B of 34 multiplied by 34. So I will multiply Bijanka 2 times. I repeat what I am saying. For B of 30 square, to find B of 30 square, I will not find 34 square actual value. This problem I have not dealt with only because it is coming in the square root part. So to find B of 34 square, I will see that 34 square as 34 into 34. And I know B of m into n is B of m multiplied by B of n. That way 7 into 7. 49. 49 gives me answer 4 for B of 34 square. Then B of 1156 is B of 34 square. No remainder is given. So it is a perfect square number as we know it, ending in 6. There are many tests. With the help of Bijanka, you can decide whether given number is perfect square or not. We will be dealing it sometimes later on. And answer is correct. Left hand side has equal Bijanka as right hand side. Test for this. Now do yourself. 88209 and 297 is the answer given without looking to the screen. I should have animated it, but I have not done it purposefully so that everything comes before your eyes in one shot. Try yourself. 88209, simple, 0 and 9 ignored. So answer is 9. 297, answer is 9. 7 plus 2, 9, and 9 also. So 9 again. Now 297 all nines, need not worry, 9 into 9. I selected the problem in that sense. You can. So B, final answer for B of 297 square. 9 multiplied by something blankly without calculation. As I said, write the answer 9. Now come to left side. Oh, sorry, we have done both the sides. Answer of the left and right hand side is 9. Answer is correct. But this is a situation of single square root. See what happens. Same rule goes to a problem of this type. Check whether it is a non-perfect square number. 4,667. And given that it is 216 plus 11, check whether it is correct or not. If I don't have a Bijanka, then I have to go to that method of finding the square root of 4,667. And then I would get the quotient 216 and remainder 11. That is not necessary here. Just find Bijanka of 46667, not square root of it. No, because we will be squaring a quotient of the right side. Answer is 2. 4, 6, 10, 10 plus 6, 7, etc., etc. 216, again 9. B of 216 square, need not say 9 again, 9 into 9, so 9. B of 11, I have to calculate because remainder is non-zero number. That is 2. Then I will add B of 216 square plus B of 11. I will get B of 9 plus 2, 11, and 11 gives me 2. So left hand side number 46667 gives me Bijanka 2. Right hand side square gives me Bijanka 2. So given equation is correct. Root of 46667 is equal to 216 plus 11. Now just here, if it is say given remainder 6 or 16 for that matter instead of 11. So my B of 16 will be 6. That added to 9, right hand side will give me Bijanka 6. Left hand side 2. Answer is incorrect. That way I can conclude. As I said, there are, I must say, what is the time left for me now? It is 5:32. Okay, only 10 minutes. Not much than that. As Kailash was mentioning, that the same idea can be extended for BESS 11. All calculations we have done earlier for the Bijanka with BESS 9. That's why Bharatiya name for that method is not Bijanka, it was Navanka method. BESS 9 is taken. Now Ekadashanka method. Here BESS 11, everything remains the same except that BESS is 11. So single digit, answer is same n if n is 11. Means I have denoted that Bijanka by writing star just to differentiate between Navanka and Ekadashanka. B star 9. So B star 10 will be 10, not 1 plus 0. Remember, BESS is 11. Up to 1 to 9, no problem, same digit. But B star 10 will be 10 and not 1 plus 0. We are not taking BESS 9. BESS is 11. Similarly for 2 digits. B star for AB, it is not A plus B. It will be B minus A. So unit place digit minus tens place digit. If that difference is greater than 0, no problem. Answer is B minus A. And if that difference is less than 0, B minus A, just like a situation 72, then to that B minus A minus answer, I have to add not 9, again I repeat, but the 11. Don't forget BESS is 11. This is more powerful method than the Navanka method. Why this happens, I will explain a little later on in the end of my talk. Why? The method is more powerful than, but slightly difficult to calculate that B star. Let us have one or two illustrations. B star 58 at -5, no problem, 3. But B star 91, here don't ignore 9. Again, many times it happens. There is a practice of ignoring 9 or sums. And there will not be situation like that, because alternate we are taking minus and plus. We are not straight away adding all the digits. So 1 minus 9, -2 added with 11 gives us answer for B star 91 equal to 9. For 3-digit number, situation continues. B star 458. I start from 8, not from 4. Remember, unit plus digit, right to left. So 8 minus 5 plus 4. Alternate addition, alternate subtraction addition. That may be a correct pronunciation of that. 8 minus 5 plus 4. So B star 458 will be 7. B star 916. Again, I said don't ignore 9 because base is 11. 6 minus 1 plus 9, 14. Now 14 is greater than 11. Our base is 11. So I need to calculate Bijank of Ekadashanka to be very clear. Ekadashank of 14, 4 minus 1. Answer is 3. So final answer for 458 is 3. Same for 916, that can be calculated. 4 or more digit, procedure remains the same. For B star 7261, I start with 1 of the unit place, -6, +2, -7, -10. But -10, I have to add 11 to get the positive Ekadashanka root, which is 1. 4916, 6 minus 1 plus 9 minus 4 gives 10. Answer will be 10 and not 1 plus 0. Remember again and again, it is B star and not Bijanka. It is Ekadashanka. Same for 987210. We start from 0, add and subtract and add alternatively. -6 will fetch me answer 5. All other checking methods which we have studied for Navanka holds for Ekadashanka. That's why I have not taken that exercise. And I will request all the participants to check the answer of the examples and illustrations which we have studied by Navanka method. Test them by Ekadashanka method. You will realize the difference between the calculations. I have just omitted that part due to time constraint. Last point. What is Narayana method? Narayan Pandit is one of the greatest mathematicians after Bhaskaracharya. He lives in Maharashtra and mostly followed Bhaskaracharya in many cases. He has written 2 books. One is called Ganita Kaumudi, where arithmetic part is dealt with and some geometrical part. And then second book is Bija Ganita Avatamsa. Bija Ganit is algebra. Avatamsa is the ornament or hero, we can say. So Bija Ganita Avatamsa means it is a jewel amongst the Bija Ganita book. And it is really a jewel among the Bija Ganita book or algebra book. So 2 books are credited, and he is not much known, even not to many mathematicians of today. He has given many new things. He had added many more things in Bhaskaracharya's works. Many times it is believed that after Bhaskaracharya, there was only Ramanujam. Means after 1150, straight away 19th century Ramanujam. And there is no notable mathematician, but it's a myth. It's an incorrect fact. And it's just a clear ignorance of the history of mathematicians in India. Probably it has been done with some ulterior purpose, that there was no mathematician other than Bhaskaracharya before Ramanujan. That's not the case. We have seen yesterday, galaxy of mathematicians between 1150 to Ramanujan. One of them is Narayana Pandit. And why I selected Narayana Pandit? Because he has given a method which has no limitations. Now, the question is, what are the limitations for Bijanka and Ekadashanka? That I must say before we dealt with this method, and then we will finish. See, if my answer, final answer is 63, or sorry, say 64 for that matter, Bijanka will be 1. But unfortunately, instead of writing the answer 64, I write 46 by mistake. Again, my Bijanka will be 1. And 2 answers for the same problem, 46 and 44. That Navanka method tells me that, oh, both have Bijanka 1. So possibly one is correct and another is incorrect. So there remains a doubt. So for 2 digit, possibility of 2 answers. For 3 digit, 6 numbers, factorial 3, as we know it. With 3 digits, I can generate 6 numbers. And all 6 numbers will have same Navanka. For example, 135. It will have 8 answers. For 135, it will have 531. It will have again 8 answers. So there are 6 possible correct answers via Bijanka checking method. And that's where the Navanka method has a limitation. And in competitive examinations, when we start checking the answers by Bijanka, if a setter knows all these limitations, he will give all the numbers with same Bijanka, all 4 alternatives having same Bijanka. Then it becomes a limitation. Same situation for Ekadashanka, checking by 11. There also 50% possibilities are reduced. Means if there are, say, 24 numbers, factorial 4, 4 digit. From 4 digit number, I can generate 24 numbers with same Navanka. But for Ekadashanka, it reduces to 12 or 11 sometimes. So possibility of getting the answer by Ekadashanka method is always greater than the Navanka method. But in short, in a one sentence, I can say that Bijanka method is a necessary condition, but not sufficient. And that will do, you will understand what I am saying. It is a necessary condition, but not sufficient. Converse of the statement, many times not true. Sometimes it is true, but not all. And such loose converse is not accepted in mathematics at least. So converse of the statement is not true, or the condition is not sufficient. But all those difficulties dealt with the checking method are removed by Narayana Pandit. I will be discussing the Narayana Pandita's checking method for multiplication only in a quick way. Now come to screen. A into B equal to C is correct. That product is correct. If what Narayana Pandit is saying that find the remainder by taking any digit, any smaller digit than A, B, or C. He is not restricted to 9. I have taken the digit 9 for simplification only because there is a wonderful method in Vedic mathematics, which you will be studying in next 2 or 3 days. How to find remainder when the number is divided by 9, or for that matter, number is divided by 99. How to find the remainder quickly? Or when 999 is the divisor, how to find the remainder quickly? That method will help us in applying the Narayan Pandit method for checking the answer. Today at least, I will not discuss that method, how to find remainder when divisor is 9 or 99. Straight away accept the answer. Narayan Pandit says that find the remainder of each term of the left hand side when divided by 9. Means I will find remainder of A divided by 9, remainder of B divided by 9. I'm repeating, I'm not finding the quotient. I'm interested in the remainder. And then I will find remainder of C divided by 9. If the product of the remainder on the left hand side is equal to the right hand side, answer is correct. If product is greater than 9, I have to repeat the procedure. Means I have to calculate again the remainders. Let us say an example. 48 multiplied by 39 equal to 1872. I need to check whether it is correct or not. 48 divided by 9, remainder is 3, not 5 quotient. 39 divided by 9, remainder 3. Then operation under checking is multiplication. So I multiply the remainders to get 9. Now remainder of 9 when divided by 9 is 0. That is my left hand side. For 1872, you can see that 1 plus 8 and 7 plus 2 becomes 9. So it is divisible by 9. So remainder 9. Those divisibility tests can be applied. So all knowledge need to be applied many times in these checking methods. And so left hand side answer 0. Right hand side remain answer 0. Narayana says that, okay, you got it. Answer is correct. But Narayana is not restricted for 9, as I am saying. Narayana says that choose any number of your choice, less than 48 and 39, of course. If I say 20, I can select number 20, get the remainder of 48, multiplied by the remainder of 39 when divided by 20. Find the remainder of 1872 divided by 20. You will get the answer correct. No restriction, no limitation. And same idea of multiplying the remainder by a choice of a number. I always prefer 9, as I'm saying that there are very wonderful methods which gives answer of the remainder directly, which we will be studying. And this Narayana method will be a very smooth method without any limitation, without any difficulty. Oh, Bijankas are same, what to do, etc., etc. No need to do it. And the same method, as I said in the first 2 slides, is then observed in Western history by Luca Pelosi, 1684. Now Narayana Pandit is 1356. So Narayana has given this method, so it should be correctly called Narayana's method and not that Luca Pelosi. Let them call Luca Pelosi method. It is their problem. We will call it a Narayana Pandit method. One more example just to give you the idea. Again, I have selected remainder 9. 321 into 447. Both sides, when I calculate the remainder and then take the product of 42. 42 divided by 9 gives me 6. It will take little time to calculate remainder. I know that. But once we have a good method in hand to find a remainder by 9, it's okay. Here I can take 99 for that matter. Easiest way to calculate. Remainder by 9s is always easy. If I take 99 as my divisor to calculate the remainder, the process becomes still simple. In a one stroke, you will be able to judge correctness of it. Same multiplication goes for addition, same method for addition, same method, same algorithm for division. I will find the remainder of the dividend. Then I will find remainder of the quotient multiplied by the divisor, plus I will find the remainder of that division. If they are left hand side equal, right hand side equal. I am through with the answer. So allow me to go to my original screen. Any comment, I'm sorry, I have taken just 15-20 minutes, little more, but I need to finish that. So thanks all of you and the department and all the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. You have finished well on time.
Okay.
Participants are requested to mention their queries or doubts. Sir, there is a question. May you please repeat the verification method for division?
Yes, I can do that easily. See, for division, we need to find, we always find quotient and remainder. So there are 4 parts. One is dividend, another is divisor, say A by B. Then we have a quotient Q and then R. But even if don't try to find the Bijanka or Navanka or Ekadashanka or Narayan Pandit, whatever the way you choose. Don't try to find the Navanka of numerator divided by Navanka of denominator. No, it will not work. So I need to convert that division problem into sums and products. So I will write dividend is equal to quotient multiplied by divisor plus remainder in all the cases before me. I repeat what I am saying. Write dividend equal to divisor multiplied by quotient plus remainder. Once that is written, all the figures at their respective places, I will calculate left hand side means Navanka or Ekadashanka or Narayan Pandit remainder of dividend. Then there are 2 terms on the right hand side. One is the product, quotient and divisor. I will find again Navanka, Ekadashanka or whatever number for Narayan Pandit, and then find the remainder of the remainder and then add. If my answer on the left side is equal to the answer of the addition of the 2 terms on the right side, checking method agrees that the answer is correct. Okay. Anything more?
So there is a question that
Yes.
B star 916. B star 916 equal to 3. How?
6 minus 1 plus 9. I have to start with 6. 6 plus 1 minus 9. Sorry, 6 minus 1 plus 9. How much it comes? Okay, I will solve it for you on a paper so that I can explain it very clearly. What is the number? 916. Okay. So it will be 6 minus 1 plus 9. It is 14. Okay. 14 is greater than 11. It will be 4 minus 1 equal to 3 in the next step. Similar to Bijanka method. We use Ekadashanka should be also a single digit number except 10. It is greater than 11, so don't accept 14. Reduce it by 11 in the very clear way. See, if you are a good mathematician or studying in, say, or studied up to 12th or even more standard, why this is happening? Only because any number is modular equivalent to minus 1 mod 10. That is the idea for Ekadashanka. For Navanka, it is plus 1 equal to mod. Any digit is mod 9. Then whole theory of number theory or modular mod number theory gets applied and every answer will be there. I'm sure about it. I have done at least that way. I've checked everything before I accept that. Not only because somebody has said it. I have verified every result with the help of number theory. Anything more?
Yes, sir. There is a question. Sir, which number should we choose for Narayana's method, like less than 39 and 48 in example?
Yes. Narayana Pandit never gives any choice. He said any number. But when it is said that you should accept a remainder of the division, Naturally, if it is 42, I cannot take 52 as a divisor. It will be no use. There will not be a remainder. So whatever the problem before me is, 3-4 numbers, I will select the easiest possible divisor. And as I'm repeatedly saying that the method of finding the remainders by 9 or 99 or 999. If my all the numbers in hand are greater than 999, I will select 999 as a divisor. But if one number is greater than 99 and other is less than 999, there is no point in selecting 999 as a number, because I want to get a remainder of that division. Remember, I don't want to get a quotient. And of course, when A by B is greater, then there will be a quotient in decimal places. That also I don't want. So always I will select any number, I repeat, subject to condition that it should be less than the given numbers in that operation given. And again, I repeat that choice of 9 or 99 means the number 9 and 99 helps us in getting the remainder quickly than division by 7. You can try that way. You can select instead of 9, 7. Answer will be same. If the answer is correct, left hand side and right hand side will give the same Narayan Pandit remainders. If not, then it will not give. So there is no restriction on the choice of the remainder. That is the beauty of Narayan Pandit. Others used to say, oh, my base is 9. Then come another Ekadashankar. He said, my base is 11. Narayan Pandit said, no question, no, not necessary. You can have a number of your choice, get the remainder. But that is the most important part of the Narayan Pandit. Anything more?
Yes, sir. There is the last question.
Yes, no problem. What is the question, sir?
So the question is up to which number for division Narayana method can be used?
Up to which number? Means what? Any digit number, no restriction. There is a restriction.
Is there a limitation of Narayana method?
No. At least I have not noticed yet. Future I can say of the future. If anybody of you can mark that, oh, this is the limitation, it is welcome always. At least today I can say that there is no limitation on Narayan method.
Okay, sir. Dr. Meenu Chawla, is there any other query?
No, sir, it's okay, sir.
So over to you, ma'am, right now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful and knowledgeable lecture on Vedic Ganit. Today's lecture was full of interesting facts. It's my pleasure to thank you on behalf of our entire team. Also, thank you to all the students present here for paying attention and learning. Mathematics is not about numbers, equation, computation, or algorithm. It is about understanding. Said by William, sir, you have proven it accurately, sir. From the bottom of heart, we are thank you once again for such a wonderful contribution to the program. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for all. We will meet again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
For a
Thank you,
wonderful
Gaur, sir.
presentation, sir.
Thank you, Gaur, sir. Thank you. Okay, allow me to leave.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can.